Nigerians. Good morning, Daltons. Good morning. How are you doing today? Trust you're beautiful and you are okay. You woke up strong and healthy. That's 28th day in the month of November. On behalf of the board, management, and staff of Delta Broadcasting Service, we welcome you to today's broadcast of programs. And on behalf of the crew making up Morning Ride Fridays edition, we welcome you to our world of information, education, and entertainment. My name is Lilibeth Ugochukwu, saying good morning and welcome. It is the 28th day in the month of November, and we are happy that we're basking in the euphoria of God's blessings and also the Yuletide season. Yes, the festive period is just here. It is not around the corner, it is here. Because yesterday, the DBS actually celebrated their 9 lessons and carol, and it was awesome. It was beautiful. It was mind-blowing. If you weren't there, if you missed it, then you really missed a whole lot because the angels actually descended. Yes, when you hear the voices of those beautiful choristers, you will know that angel actually did visit. And so on today, moving on to our programs for this morning, we're going to be looking at a national celebration. And after the national celebration, we'll look at trending stories, we'll look at the papers, and we'll bring you interviews as well. Speaking of national celebration, we have 2 celebrations we're going to be looking at today. One is the National Flossing Day. National Flossing Day. Now, after you enjoy a great meal, National Flossing Day reminds us to take care of our teeth and gums. Take care of your teeth and gums. This health observance takes place each year on the day after Thanksgiving. Now, this year it happens to fall on the 28th day in the month of November. Now, when you finish eating, what do you do? Do you just drink water and go to bed? Do you drink or you don't even drink water? What exactly do you do after eating? Now, the best thing for you to do immediately after eating is to get a floss. Now, a floss is just like a toothpick. It has a rope in between 2 sides and then a sharp edge. Now, you are not advised to use the sharp edge. You're advised to use just the rope to floss your teeth. Using of toothpick is wrong. Yes, it's very wrong. Some persons like using toothpick, but now I'm letting you know that using of toothpick is wrong. You can ask your dentist to explain further. Using of toothpick is very, very wrong because when you use it, you tend to give your gums sore, and when you put the toothpick inside, you tend to push those particles in, and then you create holes in between your teeth. You create holes in between your teeth, and with time, you could begin to experience gum ache. So the best thing for you to do to take care of your teeth is to use the floss. Now, the rope side, not the sharp edge. Most of you use the sharp edge. It is also wrong. The rope side is what you use. You put it in between your teeth, and then you go forward and backward, forward and backward. That's the best way to clean your teeth. So on this day, National Flossing Day, remember not to use toothpick, but to use floss. It is safer and it is healthier. And our next celebration is the National Day of Listening. National Day of Listening. Do you listen to people when they talk to you, when they try to talk to you, or you give them deaf ears? How well a good listener are you? On this day, National Day of Listening, it encourages you to gather your family, your friends, and record family history and stories for preservation. The program created by StoryCorp reminds us of the value of our stories told. Now, every life matters equally. Every voice matters equally. Every story matters equally. That is National Listening Day. Every life matters. Your life is not more important than the life of your neighbor. You're both equal. In the sight of God, we are equal. So in the sight of men, we should still see ourselves as equal. What you know you would not take, what you know you don't want someone to do to you, do not do it to other people. Every voice matters. When people want to talk, you don't hush them. You don't shush them. You don't try to bring them down or try to cover them or to close their mouth not to talk or intimidate them. Every voice matters. Allow people to speak. Let them air their mind. Let them air their opinion. Let them speak. And you have to form the habit of listening. When someone is trying to talk to you, you need to listen to the person. You need to give listening ear to the person. It is very important so that when it's time for you to speak, you speak reasonably. Now, every story matters equally. Your story is not as important or is not more important or is not the worst. Sometimes we think that, oh, we're going through the worst on earth. But you should hear other people's story. You should hear what other people are going through. That's to tell you that every story matters. And there is a message behind every story. So all you have to do is listen to that story. Now, have you cared to think about our forefathers when they used to tell us folk tales? They gather all the children round, maybe under the mango tree, orange tree, or any tree at all, under the moonlight, or no tree, and they begin to tell them stories. You see that, we find out that these stories actually stick in the hearts of these children. And when they grow, they remember it and say, oh, my father used to say. That is why our fathers say our words of wisdom. Our forefathers were very wise. Anything they say, there is wisdom in it. And we tend to move with it every now and then. So, listening to somebody is as important as someone's life, so that you know what the person is going through. Now, how to observe National Listening Day? Interview a friend or family member and record the interview. Interview a family friend or interview anybody, record it, and then play it so you can listen to it. There is no format required for recording the interviews on National Day of Listening. Whether you record them onto digital device, a tape recorder, or pen and paper, the essential part is to record the story for future generations. Now, if you record, you can upload anywhere, you can play anytime you want to play. Now, in 2008, the non-profit organization, which is StoryCorps, launched the National Day of Listening to encourage families to set aside the day after Thanksgiving as a time to share and record the history of their family, friends, and community. So you see, you need to have a family story. How many of you have a family story? I'm sure most of you don't have a family story, but you need to have a family story. You need to have an archive. You need to have something that you fall back to. You need to have something that you remember all the time. When you think about your family, or when you listen to the story, you listen to, you think of your family. So that is it on National Day of Listening. So let us endeavor to listen to people when they try to talk to us or tell us something. So that's it on our national celebration. Now moving forward to trending issues. Senate seeks death penalty for kidnapping. Senate seeks death penalty for kidnapping. Now one would think that, oh, death penalty, isn't it too high? Isn't it too serious? But when you begin to think of what these bandits do to people without conscience, you would agree that death penalty for kidnapping is actually what they need. Now this has brought to my, I need to bring to your notice that the rate of kidnapping is actually on the increase, and we have to be extremely, extremely careful. When you go out, make sure you tell somebody where you're going to. And when you are entering any vehicle, you have to be vigilant. I say it again. You have to be vigilant. You have to be extremely careful. Monitor the people in the vehicle. Monitor the way the driver stops and picks passengers. Does he just move and when he gets to a spot, he stops and picks passengers? Or do passengers flag him down, flag the driver down? If every passenger he picks, they don't even flag down, he just stops the pick, he stops the pick, you have to alight from that vehicle. And if you enter a vehicle that is tinted, a public vehicle, commercial vehicle that is tinted, I don't know what you're doing there. Or the glasses don't wind down, they don't go down. You're not supposed to be there. Alight. It is better you take precaution than something happens and your family begin to run helter-skelter. Now let's come to night movement. Curtail night movement. Now, at least for the period, curtail night movement. If you know you don't have anything important to do, don't go out at all. Stay in your house. If you want to hang out, you want to sit out, when you go, you come back early enough. Or when you go, you check the kind of places you go to. You don't go to interiors just because you want to have fun. I heard some people go to some very timid villages just because they want to eat grass cutter and they want to eat bush meat and palm wine. But you forget that those areas are not secured. You need to be your own security before security comes to help you. You need to secure yourself. So please, as we go about our daily activities, let us put that thing at the back of our mind, that you need to protect yourself. You need to be careful. Do not go out too much at night. And if you're going out, please do well to tell someone where you are going to. Drop a number so that you can be easily tracked. There are so many trending issues though, but that's the much we can take for now on trending issues. We'll go on a very quick break, and when we return, it's time for our next sport. Stay with us.